All right, once again, this week we're learning how to calculate simple interest. This question says, or this statement says, Zach earns money by delivering food for Uber Eats. What are some reasons that Zach might want to deposit his earnings into a savings account rather than keeping it at home in his piggy bank? And there's a video, I'm going to do the video separately because sometimes it lags on here. Well, one reason might be that Zach's money could earn interest or additional money that you earn for keeping your money in a savings account. Or big thing we're talking about this week is called interest. That's a big formula we're trying to figure out. And so, like, if you were to put money in a piggy bank, let's say you put $5 in your piggy bank. Well, you come back, let's just say 20 years later, you go open up that piggy bank, it's still going to be $5. But if you put that money into a savings account, each year it begins to earn money. That money earns more money. Interest is earned regularly, such as annually, just like I said, each year, and is expressed as a rate or a percentage. So we're going to be talking about this week. Simple interest is interest earned only on the principal. When I say principal, that means the original amount that you either deposit or you borrow. Okay? So, like, let's just say you put your money, your $200 into a bank. That is what you start out with. That is called your principal, your initial, the original amount, the beginning. Or let's just say you go to the bank and you say, I need to borrow $200 from the bank. If you're borrowing, that's once again called your principal because that's the initial, the beginning, the original amount you took out. So when I say principal, that's what I mean. Our simple interest formula is I equals PRT. When I say I, that means interest. Okay, once again, how do we figure out interest? By multiplying the principal, your initial amount, your beginning amount, whatever amount you either put in your bank or you take out of the bank, times your rate. The rate, we're going to see it in some areas, it might be as a decimal, but if you look at our other videos, it's going to be the one with the percent sign. That's going to be the easiest way. And you'll just be able to follow along with your decimals calculator, the link that I gave you. And T, time. It will be expressed in years. And we're going to go over some examples. If it does tell us months, we'll have to divide that by 12, and you can watch one of the other videos to figure that out. But for today's lesson, the 3 problems I give you, or on our homework assignment for this week, they're already in years. I remember simple interest is I party. There's I, interest. What is interest? Principal times rate times time. There are going to be 3 numbers. You're going to multiply those 3 numbers. I party. Say with me. I party. All right, so let's do a practice problem. You're going to use a simple interest formula, I party, to figure out the answer to this problem. Okay? A $600 deposit for 30 years at a simple interest rate of 2%. I party, I equals principal times rate times time. Once again, the I is interest. How do we find it? Principal. What is our principal? What is the amount of money we deposited at the beginning? If you said $600, give yourself a pat on the back. Good job. Yes, that is how much we deposited, $600. What is our rate? And the rate is going to be the one with that percent sign. Do you see it? If you saw 2%, you got it right. Now, on this problem, they move the decimal over 2 places. If you don't understand what that means, you can watch one of the other videos. But basically, if there's no decimal in your number right there, it means there's a decimal behind the 2. You're going to move your decimal 2 places to the left. But I'm going to show us something different, okay? I don't want to make it too complicated. So it does say 0.02, but we can just memorize it as 2%, okay? And time, how many years? 30 years. So we're going to multiply those 3 numbers. The 3 numbers it gives you, 600 times 2% times 30. Now notice once again, instead of 2%, they put 0.02 because they converted it to decimal. And if you have a calculator, you can practice by putting 2% into your calculator, and it'll say .02, where you can practice. And you can go to the scaffolded notes page, the simple interest scaffolded notes page, and it has some examples in there, and you can practice putting in your calculator and see if you got it right. I did put the answers already in there, so if you want to practice and do that, you can go ahead and do that. Or you can just use the Desmos calculator link that I gave you in one of my other videos, the one that has to do with your homework, the simple interest homework, that has Desmos calculator link that you could just have a calculator on your electronic device. But anyway, you multiply those three numbers, it comes up to 360. Now, I'm going to go ahead and use my Desmos calculator to practice that, but I'm going to do it with the percent sign. So once again, here are my numbers. $600 principal times the rate, 2%, times the time, 30. So once again, 600 times, and if you forget, you can always just, like I said, that's why I put it here, to make it easier. 2%, I'm going to put 2, the percent is underneath the words clear all. How much time? 30 years. So I'm just going to put 30. And it gives my answer. 100, 600, once again, 600 times 2%, 30. I don't have to put times 30, it's just 30. Once again, it says of. It does that on its own. All you have to do is push 30. It gives you a number, 360. Now we want to find how, that's my fault. Now we want to find out the total value. How much does he have after 30 years? Well, how much did he have at the beginning? 600. That's called our principal. And how much interest did he earn? How much added money? Well, we saw interest was 360. So the $600 that he had at the beginning, plus the $360 for putting into the bank for 30 years. Let's say we didn't know. I could go to my calculator. 600 plus 360. $960. Okay. We're going to do another problem together. We have two more here. This one is in the form of months. If you want to practice more on this one, you can once again go to the simple interest scaffolded notes, and you can practice on how to convert months to years. And once again, that's just divided by 12. But my three numbers, we have 4,100 is our initial, our beginning, original amount that they're depositing, 4,100. The rate is 3.4%. Like I said, we could just use our calculator. Here it's going to say 0.034. If you want to practice that, once again, go to the scaffolded notes page and you can get some practice on that. Or like I just like to put 3.4% in the calculator. And then the time, this where it gets different. It says 72 months. But if you watch this and you watch our other videos, we're only talking about years. So we have to divide 72 by 12 because there are 12 months in a year. 72 months divided by 12. If I didn't know that, here's my calculator. 72 divided by 12. If I can only put that right. Divided by 12. My finger doesn't want to hit the 1. And there's our answer. 6 years. So that's, once again, that's the number that we're going to use for time. It can only be in years, not months. Okay, years. If you tried to put 72 there, it would have come up the wrong answer. But 4,100 times 3.4% times 6. And I'm going to use that into my calculator. 4,100 times, come right here, 3.4%, 3.4%. Okay, oh, sorry. 6 years. 6 years, and my answer, 836.4, or like we like to say, 836.40 cents. We had that zero because we're talking about money. So interest was $836.40. So that's how much was added in those 6 years. If you put this amount of money in the bank for 6 years at 3.4%, you get an extra $836.40. So let's find our total, what we have now. All right. So what was our principal? What was the initial? What was the beginning? What was the original number that we put into the bank? $4,100. Now, what was the interest? How much did we earn in those 6 years? $836.40. So now we get those two numbers. $4,100 plus 836.40 cents. And once again, I can always go back and just look like that on make sure I got it correctly. And there's my final answer. $4,936.40. Let's go ahead and do one more together. Once again, that one talks about months. I didn't put any months in our 3 problems that I gave you and the example that I did for you. But if you want to know how to do months, you can do this. And if you want to practice on that, go to our scaffolded notes page just on converting months into years. And that's just divided by 12. One more problem. Once again, here's our problem. $1,250 deposit for 10 years at a simple interest rate of 5.25%. Notice that this one has an even bigger interest rate. Okay, that's a big difference because when the bigger the interest rate, the more money. If you're going to deposit and it has a big interest rate, that means you're getting more money. If you're borrowing money and there's a bigger interest rate, that means you're going to have to pay more money back. Okay, so that interest rate, that's going to be very important. Later on, next week when we get into compound interest, and then the following week comparing simple and compound interest, you're gonna begin to see things, and it's gonna help you making decisions later on in life when you get done with high school. Okay, here's our formula: interest equals PRT, party, principal times rate times time. What's our principal? What did we start out with? We're depositing $1,250. When I say depositing, that means that that's how much I'm putting in the bank, $1,250. Rate, the rate is going to be the one with the percent. Once again, they are going to move the decimal. We're just actually going to use that 5.25%. We're going to put that straight into our calculator. Okay. And then what's our time? 10 years. Notice it says years, so we don't have to divide by 12. We just put 10. The years is always easiest. And so on our 3 problems, they're just all in years. I don't want to add that extra little thing to confuse you. I want you to get practice first. So just those 3 numbers, all you can do is multiply them. I'm going to go to my handy dandy calculator. 1, 2, 5. Oh, clear up. Let me just clear out everything out. Okay. 1,250, 1,250 times, what's my percent? 5.25%. 5.25%. Sorry. 5.25%. And what's my amount of years? 10 years. 10. And it comes up to 656.25. I multiply those 3 numbers, and it came out to $656.25. Now, I want to know how much total I have. Well, to find the total, I have to start out first with my principal. What was my principal? What was the original money I had? $1,250. Then I must add that with my interest, whatever I earned. What did I earn? $656.25. So those 2 numbers, 1,250 plus 656.25. Go to my calculator. 1250. That's what I started out with. Plus 656. And I like to have this right here in front of me because I forget very easily. 0.25. And you can see our answer right there. $1,906.25. Once again, I am going to go live on Zoom, Zoom. I'm going to go live this Wednesday at 10 a.m. So please send me your information. Go to the homework. It tells you where you can email me, where you can call me or text me. Use that. You can also message me here on Google Classroom. Thank you.